How's it going, everybody? Welcome to 2A News Now. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Troy. And here at 2A News Now, you get your Second Amendment news straightforward and to the point. In 2026, there will be a new governor in Florida. And that's because the great governor of Florida right now, Ron DeSantis, can't run again because of term limits. And I'm going to tell you a story about one person that's running to be governor of Florida. And his name is David Jolly. And David used to be a Republican, but he's now a Democrat running for governor of Florida. And he's hoping as a Democrat in the state of Florida to get gun owners to vote for him, even though he's all for stricter gun laws. How do you think that's going to work for him in Florida? Now here's a little bit about David Jolly. He actually was a congressman for one term from 2014 to 2017. And he was a Republican at that time. But when he ran again, he was beaten by former governor Charlie Crist, who was a Democrat. And since then, as a Democrat, he's been a political analyst for all the left-leaning networks like MSNBC, and also in Time, USA Today, The Washington Post, The New York Times, CNN, NBC, and a couple of others. So as you can see, he definitely is a Democrat now. And like I said, after he lost his re-election to Congress, in 2018 he became a Democrat. So when I said earlier in the video that David Jolly is for stricter gun control, here's just a few examples. He wants stronger background checks, really universal background checks on all firearm transfers. He wants gun owners to have liability insurance. And he wants laws passed in Florida that would make gun owners lock up their firearms. And of course, he's all for banning so-called assault weapons. And when I said background checks on all transfers, that includes between family members, like a father and son, a grandparent to a grandson or granddaughter. So basically, he just wants to toss the Second Amendment out the window. And lately in Florida, there's been a big push to repeal laws that are on Florida books that prevent 18, 19, and 20-year-olds from purchasing firearms, as well as Florida's red flag laws. And both of those laws were put into place, as well as others, after the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas school shooting. And David Jolly is dead set against repealing those laws. And here's an actual quote from David Jolly. "I came up embracing a broad Second Amendment interpretation. I'm now for licensing, registration, and insurance for firearms. You can follow that journey through my time in Congress. After Pulse." And what he means by after Pulse was the Pulse nightclub shooting. I was the only Republican joining the Democrats on the floor saying we've got to do something. And here's also what Jolly said not too long ago. Fundamental rights are not absolute. That's true on speech, assembly, and press. All of our fundamental rights have certain restrictions. There's no reason the Second Amendment needs to be an absolute right. And I think responsible gun owners actually appreciate that. And I think I can speak for myself and most of the people that watch this channel that David Jolly, you're full of shit. All of our rights are absolute. And we will fight for our rights if we have to. I lived in Florida for most of my life. And people definitely love their guns in Florida. And now in Florida they even have permitless carry. And not only do they need to repeal the laws on the books that prevent 18, 19, and 20-year-olds from purchasing firearms, and also repeal the red flag law. They've had a lot of time with Ron DeSantis as governor to get him a bill to pass open carry in Florida. And he said he would sign it. But for some reason, even though there's a majority of Republicans in both the House and the Senate, they've failed to push that bill through. And I'm pretty sure most of you want to know who would be running against David Jolly. Who is that Republican? And he's very well known. You'll recognize the name, and that's Republican Congressman Byron Donalds. In February of 2025, he announced he was running for governor of Florida and has already received an endorsement by President Trump. President Trump won Florida by millions of votes, and Ron DeSantis will end his term as a two-term governor. After Byron Donalds wins the governor of Florida in 2026, I guess David Jolly can continue to work for the so-called liberal news media. Does he think he has a chance in Democrat hell to win the governor of Florida and to try to convince gun owners to vote for him, even though he's all for stricter gun laws? And it's an insane strategy that just isn't going to work. And most likely the Democrats will give his campaign millions and millions of dollars, and none of it will help him win. Let me know in the comments section, what do you think about David Jolly running for governor in the state of Florida? And if you guys enjoy videos like this, and you also want to help the channel out and help it to continue to grow, I just ask you to take a few seconds of your time to like, share, and subscribe, and hit those post notifications. I would be very grateful if you did so. And I invite all of you to come back and watch my next video.